Check.
Yeah, we're good.
Hey, yo.
What are you talking about? Haircuts?
Chinatown.
Chinatown haircuts.
12 bucks.
You like me interviewing you? I like this. Introduce
Hello?
yourself. My people know who you are.
Everybody knows Pat.
Third time on the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pat
shit.
from Royal Leaf.
I like this. We like to be real professional on here, bro.
You gotta be.
Yeah, dude. Dank.
You guys should see this setup. It's beautiful.
Yeah, dude. I have 6 producers, but you guys are putting me into shame. Now you're saying I gotta get 3 cameras.
You do have to get 3 cameras. I'm telling you.
Boom mic over there. Boom mic over there.
See, that's the thing we have to remember. But
Honestly,
yeah.
how you have it set up, it works though with the one angle because we're all.
Well, I'm
snug
happy that we're
together.
in the couch because I feel real comfy right now. You know, feeling real comfy. But Dank, welcome to the show, bro.
Hell yeah! Thank you for having me
man.
on,
It's
bro.
good to
I'm
have you,
Mike,
dude.
Pat. Good to see you, brother. As always. Me and Pat go way back.
Yeah,
Well, kinda.
Yeah.
talk
For
about
real.
it.
Where did we first meet? Actually, we just told the story out there when we were smoking.
We
But
don't have to know about that, dude. We'll cut that.
yeah. Well, we used to do a bunch of markets when, like, you know, the gray area was doing its thing, and we were kind of unique in the sense where we wanted it to all be local farmers. So it wasn't like a bunch of trappers and all this stuff. And one of the best farmers in upstate is like this dude and his circle of people. So, you know, we were rocking it out for a while.
Yeah, we
dope.
did a couple different spots of the market. Had to move, a couple times, but it was always super dope vendors there. Always never like an issue, never a problem.
Yeah.
We've all been to those markets, in the gray area before
What year?
2020.
Yeah, something like that, bro. Like we smoked a lot of weed through that period,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it
But,
blends a
dude,
little.
it was literally like one of the dopest venues.
Shout out the rail line, my
shout
boy
out the
Rob,
rail line,
bro.
dude. Like,
Yeah.
very good indoor venue, outdoor entity, upstairs, rooftop garden type shit. And, you'd walk in, there was like 20 vendors all around. There was a no undercut price rule,
Yup,
which was dope. That was like $240 and nothing under.
yup.
Like in there at that time during,
Which I kind of didn't like that, to be honest.
Yeah,
like
because
that was
it-
a hard thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because I always in the game, I would always undercut people to sell my weed a lot of times. Like it was part of the game. Like if you're gonna
I mean,
overcharge, I'm
it's-
gonna beat your price. Like.
I guess it's part of the game now in the legal market too, where people are like, you go in with like really dope shit and people are like, I want the best stuff for the cheapest.
Yup.
And you're like, okay.
Here's my take on that. Well, I'm just saying, like, I literally sell cheap weed in the legal market. Like, I even try to, encourage that to my customers at least. And I wanted to ask you about that, and because you're talking about back in the day about undercutting, right? Would you think that was for your own benefit? Obviously, we made money, right? But like, you also like, I don't know. I look at shit that what would I buy it for?
The industry's evolved so many different ways over, since I've been in it. And like undercutting kind of started when people started to get plugged in my opinion, with these out of state growers, and you could get this massive amount of stuff. Like I remember when we would flex about Cali packs. So when you started to have an infinite amount of weed coming in, like it became the undercut game. Right.
Yeah.
And
a lot of weed and like trying to like differentiate yourself was money. Yeah. And like being like, I could give it I'll sacrifice that to sell more volume and make more money.
Right.
But I don't know.
It's a bad thing in the industry too, to be clear. Like that's like where the industry started to go sour. Like that mentality is what led us to here today.
But I do think about end consumers sometimes because I love selling weed to like fucking janitors or like night shift workers and people like that who don't really care. Yeah, blue collar. And like they want it cheaper and they don't really care if it's this or that. So that's why even when I buy Pat's weed or other places, I'm like, what are the ones that you're not going to sell for like that you don't think is like at your quality at that like $50 an eighth tier, right? And I'll buy those and then I'll sell them for cheaper.
Interesting. So that's your play.
Absolutely.
Dude, that's smart.
That's why I wanted to talk about it because like I think we forget sometimes it's like for them too. for the custies.
Right.
Because we're not custies, dude.
Bro, some people just want to get high. Right. Yeah. We're different
not.
thing. Right.
So it's like when we talk so much, you talk about the reason I wanted you on too. There's so many things that we're going to talk about.
We're going to talk about a lot of shit. It's going to get juicy.
Yeah. But you talk about like the industry and like how we can differentiate ourselves, you know, and forget this whole people doing podcasts and how there's not too many people doing podcasts. It's like all of us, because we're all not custies. So like we're giving media to people who are selling weed, not necessarily the people that are buying our weed to smoke it.
Right.
A lot of the time.
Right.
So it's like people who are watching are like trying to start their own brands. You know, like it's not like the construction worker that buys that like eighth.
And that's where we have a good opportunity, and I would almost say obligation to like help influence this industry in the way that maybe we've always wanted it to be, or we've seen it in the past and know what it could be.
Being leaders.
You know, right. And you have the processors 3.
Yes.
Right? But you have the plant touching version.
Correct.
So what is exactly that means? That means you can make your own joints?
I can make my own joints. I can bag my own eighths.
Okay.
But you know what sucks is I can't like infuse even with keef, which is crazy because it's still plant matter.
Right.
You know, like if I'm not using solvents, but like what is solvent technically? Like,
right.
You know, I guess they just don't want you to make hash.
I mean, water is a solvent if you think about it.
Right. Yeah. No.
They just don't want high potent weed, I guess, because that's really what's happening is you're making it super high potent.
I think they gatekeep certain parts of the industry, so you have to use like certain other licenses and certain other entities so that they make money. However, it's like kind of fucked.
However, water is a good solvent.
Shout out Royal Leaf Calia.
Hey, bro, the stuff I seen at the Reverie, also shout out the Reverie. Reverie was dope.
I love Reverie. Lulu?
Bro, I've always talked shit about the Reverie too until I actually got engaged with them because it seemed like a chat event. I don't really love how.
So you went to Hall of Flowers and you're like, this isn't.
I didn't go there because of that. I was like, yeah, I'm not going there. That whole situation was weird. You know, they did it at the same spot and everything. But the thing I don't like about the Reverie is you have to pay to play. Not even the sense of that it's so expensive. It's that if you really want to be that brand that gets the hype, you got to pay for that big spot.
This podcast is brought to you by The Bakery in Cohoes, New York. This is one of my favorite dispensaries in New York. They have the best menu. We're proud to be on it. The best staff. Mike has become like a mentor to us out in New York, especially when it comes to upstate. Be on the lookout for podcasts and more collaborations that we're going to be doing together. The Bakery, upstate New York, in the Albany Capital District in Cohoes, man, that's the spot. Breakfast Connections Dutch Master hats are available now on breakfastconnections.co. These things are dope, paying homage to our original Connecticut roots. We're not able to put tobacco on the blunts, but the whole reason we even did the blunts in the New York market was that we found this cone that was able to like taste the weed and have that good experience that we remember with the Dutch Masters. So that's why we're kind of paying homage with the Dutch Masters hats. We're in tons of dispensaries from in the Adirondacks out to Utica, Capital District down to the Bronx, and Misha's Flower Shop in Brooklyn. We're going to be expanding into the city a little bit more. We also have Living Soil grown indoor flower that's going to be under $40, I'm pretty sure. That's a steal. Some of the best weed in the New York market. I feel confident in saying that. Around $40, that's pretty good. Look out for those bags, Breakfast Connections eighth bags, Breakfast Connections blunts. We still got some of those more affordable eighths of the outdoors from last season, but we wanted to ramp it up with some more Living Soil indoor grown flower. I think that's it. Back to the show. Yeah.
And a lot of the little dudes like can't afford that, especially now. And so like, but when I talked to them, I talked to the owners of it and I was like, yo, give us like a 20 by 20 space for all the micros and all the homies. And they're like, sure. They're like,
yeah, they care.
And so I was like, whoa, all right. Well, yeah, they do care.
They care.
And they'll work with us. So next year with the Reverie, we're going to do something like that. It's going to be dope.
And you're from here, right? Obviously.
New York?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Where are you from, like, specifically?
315, baby.
Word.
But listen, upstate is a little different, right? Like I blend 315 and 585 because I sold a lot of weed in both of those cities, you know? So like I consider I'm from like both of those places.
Okay, cool.
Like I represent both those things.
And you've been in the game for like a minute.
Since the first time I smoked, I was probably like 11 or 12.
Okay.
And then I started selling when I was 15, but it was like a little bit earlier than that. I was hooking up my friends group, you know? And like that's where it clicked in my mind. Like, okay, I can smoke for free and smoke a lot more weed if I do that. And then it just took off from there. Like by the time I was like 17, 18, I was flipping pounds of like some of the best local weed in the state. And it was fucking dope.
You know what I ask people on the show all the time, and I'll ask you, is do you think you were more addicted to weed at first or selling it?
Oh, at first, definitely smoking it. 100%. I might be a rare one.
How many times did you buy weed before you bought it to give to your friends?
Bro, there's this barber shop in this town. I grew up in Savannah. Only one gas station, no cops, and the barber was my cousin. Rest in peace. And he used to sell weed and like stuff. He was like the little trap barber shop. And me and my best friend would go there every day after we did our paper route, buy our fuck, and he'd get us cigarettes too. We get cigarettes and that. We go under the bridge. No. Nah, they didn't do Lucy's, but cigarettes were cheap back then. Yeah. But you know, our parents ended up catching us, and they like broke up our friendship over it. They're like, because we were very religious, and so yeah, you know, shout out to my boy. We used to get fucking stoned, dude. That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah. I always think about that. Like, if you've been doing it a long time, like when that changeover, right? When you're like, I'm gonna get it for my friends, and then like you get this weird drive. Like Pat and I were saying before, just like talking industry while we were driving today, and we're like, we're just addicted to hustling. I don't know why or whatever. Like I get it. I don't. Maybe it's because I didn't do anything else,
right?
And like that was my back was against the wall, and that's a mind fuck in itself that's happened to me because like I was getting in trouble for weed my whole life, and now people are like, you got in early, Paul, that's sick.
Hey, right.
And I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like this has been traumatizing my whole life.
Literally.
So it kind of fucks with me. But
no, it's funny because I would say that when I was addicted to like not hustling so much, but providing quality of weed that people had never seen and making money off of that, like hustling that. But I thought
that was your differentiator.
Like that was, like, I don't know. I think I really liked that part of it. The money and stuff, like, I don't know. It was more important to me when I was young, but like that's literally how I ended up in prison, was like chasing money. Like that's the end of that.
That's how I got caught up too. That's how we all fucking get caught up, dude.
Yeah. 100%.
You know, it's greed.
It's greed. And I don't know. I think the community is more about like sharing and helping the other people and like setting a standard and that kind of stuff more.
Well, you do it, dude. I watch your shit all the time.
Fuck yeah.
And it's funny. We had Eli on again on the pod at Elevate 80K. And
shout out Eli, bro. He's such good people.
Dude, it's funny. You got brought up and I was like, yeah, like I've been talking to Dank. Yeah, we're just like talking about the podcast and how like you're going to come on the show. And he was like, oh yeah, Josh Waterman.
Why did you say that?
No, that's what.
No,
dude,
we didn't.
Dude, I swear to God,
Eli
it's on the podcast.
Oh, let me find out your last name, bro.
I go, dude. I was like, yo, chill with that. He's like, what, dude? It's like his name's on his Instagram, and then he showed me you put your full name on Instagram.
I did actually put it on. I had to.
It was so funny because I was just like, dude, what? He's like, its name's on, and you know, Eli's like mad intense.
Yeah, he's mad
just like, yo, he put his name on the Instagram.
I love Eli, bro. He's such a good dude, and what he's done with that spot, and like just like you say, like, you know, you're doing it, like trying to set the example, which I am. So is he. So is the bakery. So is Karen at the Evergreen. Like so are y'all. There's a movement right now in New York. Yeah, dude, Mike is a good dude.
Real recognizes real, like you were saying. Like that's just good people trying to like do good things.
Yeah, Mike's the man, bro. Mike's the man. He said he used to make some hash.
Yeah.
Hash. You remember bubble hash?
I'm trying to get bubble hash to make bubble blunts.
Hey, dude, that's
what I'm trying to do. And I remember, so I would get bubble hash for $4,000 a pound back in the day in like the Bay Area. And I was like, that was when I was being wild, like moving packs and shit.
What years do you think that is?
2012, 2013.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the prices, bro. Hash used to be expensive. Bubble, like
that was cheap, though.
Yeah.
I was like, I was the man. I could get it for technically weed prices.
Yep.
And then I would sell grams for like, I don't even remember what I'd sell grams. I think I'd sell grams for like $40. And people were like, no way.
No, we were doing the same thing, bro.
And it was like, if you knew anything about growing weed then, it was like, dude, this is all from my scraps through bubble bags.
Yep. Were you making the hash or no?
I wasn't making it. The only hash I ever made because, dude, like I told you, I'm not the best grower. The only reason I got that strawberry is because of luck and faith.
That's just fire, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. And obviously your shit is like unbelievable. It's cool. We got some fruits. It's funny though. You're like hating on your candy one. That candy one you have though is fire. Did you smell it?
Oh yeah.
Did you the sherbet cream cake or sherbet cake? Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm just over candy, bro. Then my biggest problem is with it is they've taken over all of the mainstream terps. They've put gelato in everything, and I taste it in fucking everything. I'm fine with it being its own thing here, but we want other things.
Like we were saying, even for people who are buying seeds and shit, it's like it's all the same shit.
Yeah, everybody breeds it to some gelato, some runts.
That's why us like my breeding that was like bullshit and a bunch of like weird accidental pollination and pheno hunts, right? And like you were saying, you're not like an expert breeder, but like you're doing it craft wise and it's coming out unique and fire. I wonder if there's something to that,
Bro.
because it's like gritty.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah, that, and I mean, I'll say it time and time over again, like, you can't grow good weed unless you know good weed. You can't, like, breed good weed unless you know the terps. Like, we've been around there in our age group. Like, we've seen the progress of terpenes, like, of terps in cannabis. And, like, you have to be able to identify those things to be able to create something out of it. Like,
remember those boo-boo brickweed shit?
You said boo-boo brickweed?
Boo-boo brickweed with all the fucking beans in it.
Yeah, like that Mexican
sprayed with
Reggie.
some shit, dude.
Yo, I used to smoke the shit out of that.
But remember how people were like, you can get a quarter pound for 400, and it was like 2008, and I was like, I'm gonna be a millionaire. But fuck that. Don't do shit like that, because I don't know what that weed was. I don't know what the fuck that was. That was just being dumb kid.
I miss those days though, bro. Those are the days where like we
Driving
would roll
around,
up,
bumping Wu-Tang.
yo, and you'd smoke blunt to blunt, this back to back to back all night, bro.
Ooh-ops.
Getting these bags like tied up, like there's a word you could use, but they tie up the bag so tight in like a regular sandwich bag corner.
Oh,
You remember
yeah.
buying weed like that, like real
The
drugs?
technique, I would sell it like that, and I would turn it, I would put
Yes.
the lighter to it, and it would seal like a little Hershey's Kiss.
You ain't opening this bitch.
That's a funny thing for Chads. It's like, make me a dime out of this bag in here right now. That's how like you'll tell if they're cool, if they've sold weed. Give me the technique on how to make this sandwich bag into a dime.
Bro, Chads. No.
But here, all right, so let me get back into my professional mode of questions and interviewing.
yeah.
The reason I brought that up with Eli was because I watch your shit, and like it's
Appreciate you.
repetitive. And
thanks.
you're like, no, well, here's the
I
thing.
can't handle it.
You're like, you put yourself out there, and you like, you're very out there, and your shit. I don't always watch it, but I watch it every day.
Right.
I don't watch
like
all
the stories.
of it, all of it.
Hell yeah.
And I don't, but I watch it every day. But I don't like. That's my point. It's like, when was the time, do you think? Because we come from where we come from, where you were like, fuck it. Because there had to be a time where you weren't like that. Because all of us come from the shit of like, you're not supposed to know my name. And
nah, bro.
shit,
I never
you know?
did social media my whole life.
When did that switch happen? Do you remember?
I tell you, yeah, I remember very clearly. It was when I got like, so I went to prison in like 2013 or 14, around there. And when I went in there, I was there for 2 years, and there was lots of people coming in and out and blah, blah, blah. And these young kids that were coming in kept on talking about Telegram, kept talking about Snapchat and all this
Really?
stuff. Yeah, and they were like, this is the way. And so like when I got out, I never forgot that. And I started getting on Instagram, and was like throughout when I was on paper and everything, like I started to just slowly build a brand. I was wearing a mask and shit like at that point. But for people that have been really into this industry, like, I don't know how people are scared these days. I really don't. There's people I watch on Instagram that have their whole face out. They sell hundreds of $1,000s of weed, so people know about it, and they are telling you to find their shit on Potato and shit. Like, I am not scared, bro.
MF Doom of marijuana.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy to me.
Yeah,
But
and
so-
'cause I remember when I was getting packs, it was like, don't tell anyone. Now people are like, yo, I got that Cali pack. And I'm just like, I don't know. But and I totally get you, though, dude. That's why I was really interested to know when that was.
Yeah.
Because, like, that for me, because I was the same shit.
We
I was
had to
selling
evolve,
packs.
bro. We had to. We had no choice.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, did you have any influence, too?
Look at us now.
Hell yeah. Right. Yeah, we're
Look
talking.
at us now. We're evolved to sitting in front of a ring light with like.
I have very big production value. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I mean there's 6 producers and a whole like digital conference.
Bro,
room.
Massage therapist.
Do you remember? But tell me you don't remember when there used to be like a way that you talked. Like there was certain things you said, and it's how you could tell people were not really from there. There's certain things you would say and not say to know you were cool. You know, like to know you weren't a cop or know you weren't gonna act weird. Like now that stuff is gone.
I
People
mean,
are like,
even at like Revelry or any show that I had a booth at, people approach with questions where I'm like, I'm not gonna answer that. What are you wearing, dude? Like, why are you asking me these fucking questions right now that you have no business asking? You know? I'm not gonna tell you what my square footage is. Like, I'm not gonna tell you how many plants I've grown in my outdoor. Like, what? Like, did you come to my farm at all? Because if you didn't and you're not invited, then you know chances are you might not get an invite. Like, I don't know, you know. But like,
dude,
fucking, yeah, just weird questions that people ask.
Yeah, and like back in the day, I feel like it would be like more like, oh, do you have something for sale? Or they'd associate this word sell with what they wanted to. And like that's something that you learn right away. You don't do that in case there are other ears hearing shit. You know?
Oh, yeah. Always
just
have
evolved.
eyes in the back of my head and my ears on 10. You know, and I can pace a room and a crowd. Like we went to breakfast this morning, and like
Where was that again?
Mother's Cupboard, in Syracuse. Like shout out Mother's Cupboard. Just an old staple of Syracuse. It's literally like is smaller than this room.
Like a diner.
Yeah.
Upstate has the best diners.
Crank out like huge portions. Like Guy Fieri went there for diners, drive-ins, and dives.
It's Fieri.
Fatty. He was Humboldt, California.
Yeah, I used to go to his when I was up there. I used to go to his little barbecue like cook-offs. Everyone was like just trying to get the guy, get the guy Fieri, guy. Oh, he's got to smoke. He was saying he was.
Wait, what's up with that dude? Yeah, he seemed like okay. More like, yeah. I don't judge, bro. I don't know. Should coke be legal?
Oh, here we go. So I mean, probably. I'm like ignorant, dude. Like I even though I don't have a felony, like because I was telling you like what I went through.
Yeah, you got lucky.
I was supposed to get a felony. They like told me like 5 years probation or a felony, and it was funny because I remember like my mom was like, "You can't have a felony," because I was a youngster.
Yeah.
He's like, "You can't have a felony." I was like, "Mom," I tell her now, I'm like, "Mom, you know how much money I could have made off that felony?" The industry I'm in right now.
License.
I could have got a license. I think I still can in Illinois because I was.
Oh, they do a social equity thing?
Yeah, they have like one of the most favorable until New York came out, probably.
Huh. Interesting.
But I forgot what I was talking about. But I wanted to ask you because you're knowledgeable in this shit. Like New York is has to be one of the best when it comes to regulations and shit. Because we want to talk about the license.
Without a doubt. And the only people that say that it isn't are people that don't have a license and they're mad that they don't have a license.
That's true.
Like, it is, yeah. I mean, they did a lot of fucked up stuff or made mistakes with the social equity program and Dankensteins and like
tell me about
promising
it. I actually
the
don't
world.
know, and it'd be nice to put it out there.
So when they originally did like the card applicants and all this type of stuff, they were promising like, you know, social equity people who didn't have the opportunity to get in. And they also promised them that they were going to have these low interest loans through Dankensteins. And they, you know, were telling people to build these, you know, find these amazing spots and all this crazy shit. And then people did that and they never pulled through on the loans. Like it was a big joke. They got Chris Webber, like the corniest like fake social equity stuff you ever seen. Like they were hiring people to like kind of advertise it and make it this thing, and it turned out to be like
the basketball player?
Yeah, the basketball player. Whom I love. I love Chris Webber.
Top five, what up?
But you know, it's just like that type of behavior and like promising and painting the industry in a certain way made a lot of people make bad business decisions.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and they didn't have the loans to back it up. So it put a lot of places in a bad spot.
Yeah.
You know, and that was fucking bullshit. And I love the card program. I will love, like, I think that was the craziest shit that ever happened. Like, shout out Turp Bros. All the people that are crazy doing well right now, a lot of those people are real weed dope slingers. Like, that's crazy.
I could tell from going and selling weed that I'm just selling weed again. Yeah. And I think I'm doing well because I've always sold weed.
Exactly, right.
And I tell them, I'm like, yo, I buy my weed. And they're like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's good. And they're like, oh, what's the cost? Like you said, like, that's all I do.
Right.
Who would have thought that was going to be the way to sell legal weed? Was just like trapping.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's cool.
It is cool. I mean, yeah.
And I'm here. I'm not even from New York. So it's like.
Oh, shit.
That's what I was.
And he's from Connecticut with Ben All Caps. Yo, you and Ben All Caps. You grew up together in the tree house where he smoked weed?
Yeah. I've been on a couple boats. I am wearing a button up. I don't know why. See, the only reason I'm wearing a button up, though, is because I got to pack my sweats. It's easier to pack sweats in a duffel. Everybody knows.
Oh, okay.
So when I go out, when I first go, that's why even when I go on an airplane or whatever, I dress nice because I can pack all my sweats.
Smart.
That is also my excuse. But
so what episode are you at right now?
What episode?
Yeah. You've done a few.
I think like 50.
You're at 50?
Maybe.
Holy fuck.
Lucas is just laughing at me right now because he knows my producer and stuff. He's probably just like, he's so stupid. I don't know. I think so. I think I'm at like.
Oh, dude, congratulations. That's dope.
Shout out Lucas and Sam.
Yeah, Lucas and Sam. They're cool. So I was telling you about the show that we do too. Again, I'm just really lucky because I could just they're the ones who told me to buy these mics, and they like taught me how to just upload it, and they'll help me, and I just pay them. Shout out Subculture Films if you guys anyone wants to do this type of shit, you can, and they charge a pretty reasonable rate.
They do like documentaries and shit.
They're documentary filmmakers. Like
So
that's what's cool about the show we're doing with like travel. Oh, again, where because I want to do an episode up at your spot.
Yeah.
What did you want to say? Where you're at?
Yeah,
growing?
so legally we're growing that's the only place we grow.
We say allegedly. On this
yeah.
We like to say that.
In Cato right now, but there's a issue with the landowner, and he's kind of somebody that doesn't like weed, and he has families, and he has a business in the area for like 30 years, so he is forcing us out, which is like put us in a pretty bad spot to have to find another spot to grow at this point. Like we're losing a lot of money with the build out and stuff like that. But at the same time, I understand it. Like my mother looks at weed a certain way. My grandmother looks at weed a certain way. Like, you know, so I don't try to be like, you're a piece of shit. Like, no, they were raised up differently.
There's a lot of people in this world too, man. That's why I think a lot about when I'm going out and selling weed, where like, it's funny. Do you ever look at the numbers when you're going through it and then think like, oh, I sold 20,000 units. That's 20,000, like maybe 15,000 people,
right?
Like buying your weed, like with you, it's like with your face on it.
Yeah, right, bro. It's crazy.
You know?
Jars with your face on them.
Yeah. So and then you're thinking,
Bro.
There's all those people, and then there's all these people who don't smoke, and it's like everyone is worried about competition, or like and even myself, dude, like I worry about shit that I shouldn't be, because think about that. Like we have to like take a step back sometimes as we're going out and hustling. Like me and Pat talk to each other on the phone like every day just because we're fucking neurotic and we like go through shit with stores. Dude, I don't want to repeat on the
these
show.
stores is tough, son.
But me and Pat met, sorry if this is repeating myself, but me and Pat met at a dispensary. We were both trying to get paid. And then I was like, just like kind of
Shout out trying to get paid.
Hey,
pay your
bro,
fucking people.
The struggle is real.
Yeah. And we I'm like, there's this table with this grower, and I'm like, I'm trying to buy good weed because of my license. And I'm like trying to ask him bulk numbers, and Pat's just like is like in the corner. He's just like, bulk? You need some weed?
So like, I'm like on my phone, just like looking down, waiting for the manager to come out of the office.
I'm at the plug.
Same old song and dance, bro.
Exactly.
Same old song and dance.
So,
Yo.
but I don't know. I mean, like, I think that there's so much opportunity, especially in New York. Like that's why I was saying I'm not even from here, but like I was able to get my license here because they made it accessible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We had our shit together. You know,
People are mad about that.
I mean,
yeah.
I did have to kind of, check Paulie, because I didn't know if he was the type wearing a wire when he was asking about buying
I look like
bulk.
someone wearing a wire.
No. I mean,
Pudgy nature.
With the-
Listen,
it's the plaid
just
shirt,
because
man.
you've worn a wire doesn't mean you ratted somebody out. That's what I gotta say, bro. It's a fact. Maybe you should be smarter than the cops.
True.
But I think it is crazy that what you just said, you were like, we're selling weed right now into a microphone. Like that's insane. And
Right.
the thing we tried to avoid our entire lives, like now we're like publicly, that's cool.
Everything, even that phrase, like into a microphone.
Yeah.
Or someone said to me the other day, like, yo, do you remember before pre-rolls? And I like it caught me for a second, and I'm like, damn, bro.
I hate pre-rolls.
Damn,
I
bro.
hate 'em.
But like before pre-rolls were a thing, before disty pens were a thing, or like before anyone,
pens were a thing.
right? Before pens were a thing,
2012.
right?
Yeah,
I remember.
Bro. And do you remember? I used to get fucking like the kingpins and knockoff kingpins and Mario Kart fucking cards. You remember that for like
bullshit
$6 a piece?
And I'd hear
Bro,
on like who had the fake ones,
They're all
don't go
fake.
there, blah blah blah. But at the same time, we were making our own.
So y'all did it right.
Shout out Dirty Cousin.
Hey,
we
dude,
were
he's
making
the man.
Troy fucking A, bro.
Hell
like
yeah.
that's the homie through and through. And he's doing his thing right now in the legal market, crushing.
Are y'all brothers?
No, but we should be.
Bro, we always thought you were. Like,
Oh no,
at the
no,
markets
but like,
and shit.
yeah, at the market.
Yeah, I
but
still
like,
thought you were until
Troy's
right now.
like, yo, I don't know about like doing this on my own. Like, I like rolling up and I'm like, dude, I'll fucking hell yeah, let's do it. But at the market thing, like we went and looked at all the other markets going on in the area, And the ones like earlier you mentioned, like people fucking Cali packs and all that, like those markets are like like shelled out warehouse on like the fucking somewhere shady, and you walk in and people are just like open pounds shoving in your face, like
30 pounds on a
masks
table.
on, covering fucking like I'm like, no, yeah, okay, we'll do a Dankenstein over here, bro. You know,
I'm not gonna lie, I still loved those events though.
No,
I like
they
going
are
there.
good
Like
to
I used to
go
go and
but,
support.
like,
Yeah,
I couldn't see selling living soil grown like weed up against like, you know, like backpack boys. Like,
Right.
you know, I mean, even though like I have a backpack full of weed, you know,
Right.
like I don't consider myself a backpack boy, but like you know, I like a nice like decorated vendor table, and like, you know, because I come from like not only trapping shit in the back end, but like for 20 plus years, I was a banquet director with Marriott and the
Oh
fucking
shit.
convention center in Syracuse.
Slinging
and
bags, son.
Thanks, bro. But and ran like the fucking War Memorial at the Syracuse, like the hockey games and all
Hell
that.
yeah.
All the food and beverage, like that was all me for.
Bro, isn't that crazy? And selling weed, and it's the judgment. Like that's what I mean. That's legacy, when you had to hide that whole other side of you.
1000%,
You know
bro.
what I mean? Like my grandma couldn't know. My
Dude,
like,
I was the
it was different.
I was the coffee cup king at work, like walking through back in the day, and like fucking the convention centers and everywhere. And I'd have an empty coffee cup with like a quarter in it with the lid on, and I'd see the homie who already bought, you know, put in his purchase pre-order, and fucking he'd hit me off with the cash, and I'd pass him the cup of coffee.
Yep.
And people would be like, damn, why didn't you buy me a cup? And I'm like, dude, you got to step it up. That cup was expensive.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, and
That's
then
weird
people
smelling
caught on, and
coffee.
like in that same sense, I was a director of like a very, you know, kind of high level,
Respectable, right? Good
career.
community member,
And
like
I was on the DL passing off fucking weed for years to people that I vetted, that knew me, that had to smoke with me on the outside
Yup.
before I passed them any shit on the inside. Or they were union members and lighting and rigging, staging and all that. And like, just, yeah, straight gangsters, bro. Like I knew these homies. Shout out fucking Union Local. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be smoking up in that shit.
But see, that's what's crazy too, is like, so you've seen it too, because I feel like my generation, like my peak when I was making the most money selling the most weed, it was a little less like that. Like it was a little more like I would sell to people more freely without worrying about it because it was weed. I didn't sell other drugs, you know, and I didn't really. And the only way you could really get in trouble is if you got a sales charge or you were growing.
Yeah, they hit you with that drug factory. That's what I got because of the fucking hash and shit.
Yup, the hash was a scary time. That was a scary
That's
time.
why they put a fucking drug factory.
Yeah, shout out hash.
It's on a fucking camera.
Now we record it. It's bizarre, bro. For the people that really remember what it was like.
Well, we're
Like,
traumatized.
it's bizarre. Yeah, every night when I smoke, I get a little bit of the.
When I drive, if I'm fucking riding clean and I'm just like in the mirror, I'm like, fucking this cop. I had to have lawyers like school me
Bro,
because
I'm
I paid them money, and they're like, Paul, like you need to like, if you ever have weed, put it in your fucking trunk, and they can't do anything.
And you don't smoke in the
Yeah, don't
car.
smoke
Like,
in- yeah.
you wear a button up, look like a nice white kid. No, for real. That's what my dudes would tell me, you know.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I don't give a
Bible on
fuck.
I told you, but my sweats are in
Bro,
my bag.
I'm so not like nowadays. I look for a fight with the cops almost. Like I don't know, which is not a
Different
good
times.
thing. It's not.
kind
how
of
it
fed
should be.
up.
Shout out Arrest Proof Yourself. That's a really good book to read.
Oh, yeah. I never read
okay.
it.
That's good. That's good.
We should write a book like that.
Yeah.
I'd be nice with it.
Dude,
I mean, because we transport weed too. Like I do delivery. I do delivery to, you know, I'm a micro, so like I do the sale, I do the, you know, order, the delivery, the
it
invoice, the payment, the hey, where's my payment?
cool license.
The,
It is
like,
a cool. It's so
but
dope.
even
bro.
doing the delivery and multiple deliveries set up, because like I try and like kind of hit them all in like a day or two if it's in one area, and I got to go down to the city because I'm all the way up in Syracuse area.
That's what sucks.
Fucking, that's a 5-hour drive, and I've made that round trip numerous times
God,
too,
it's
and
the
that
worst.
fucking sucks. But like, shout out to my brother for my Marriott discount that I get through him because I'm hitting like, shout out Marriott.
Hey.
20 plus years with them. Hell yeah.
That's why I stay in Dirty Jersey, bro. That's an $80 hotel room.
Right, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
cash.
saying? Like, dude,
Did you?
50, 60.
I've had some sketchy ones, bro. Yeah. I love it though. Like, I don't know.
It's
I love
part
it.
of the hustle, dude.
Yeah,
it's
it
part of the
is.
hustle.
I'm more comfortable there at one of those than at a nice. I've stayed at nice hotels too, and they like make me mad. They're all in your business and like they do stuff for you I don't want them to do. Like,
Right.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Or, you call some, rental truck company to try and move fresh frozen. And, they're like, you're a cannabis company. And I'm like, well, I'm a licensed legal cannabis company in New York State. Well, you can't use, any rental truck of our company to transport your fresh frozen. I'm like,
We gotta lie to these
like,
motherfuckers.
what the fuck, dude? Right?
So
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. Shout out to the lies. Let's get.
shout out. They ain't
We
gotten
got.
us
We
here.
got to do it to get through it.
I wanted to ask you though, what we guys were just talking about. What's worse though, those backpack boy trappers or the MSOs that come in and like the legal market, and like which one was worse, like tougher to deal with?
Oh,
Being like undercut at those, because I used to do those events like made me. Like I had $10,000
Bro,
weekends
I
that saved
killed
my
it.
fucking life.
I'd sell out in a half an hour almost every one.
Yep, and then
awesome.
especially if you were growing it, because a lot of these people weren't growing.
Yep. And then you tie it in with the Instagram,
Yep.
like people saw you grow it.
But
Yeah.
At the time, you were trying to hide it from your Instagram too.
Yeah, at the
because
time.
of shit like you couldn't do shit on Insta, or you had to do the not for sale, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck Insta too, because like they're still shutting people's shit down left and
You
right.
do just have to be creative though. That's my stance on it. Obviously, I'm biased,
Right,
but like
but I don't want to put like a Floretta fucking broccoli in front of a camera to try and sell weed.
no, but
Right.
this is my opinion on it, and it's easy for me to say because of what I do. But like it gives people, you could turn these things into opportunity. Like how I promote, like the Instagram thinks I'm a bacon, egg, and cheese review platform.
Right.
For
So-
now.
It's true. Well, the only reason I did it was because my old Instagram was getting shut down. And then I was like, fuck, like, what am I going to do? And then I was like, I have this brand and I like bacon, egg, and cheeses. And I'm always getting them around the stores I'm at. And I just review them outside of the stores. And I don't say the store. And it works.
Right.
And I'm able to put money
Roll that
into it and
over.
market it.
See,
So-
I was going to start a podcast called Bacon, Egg, and Weed.
Dude,
It's a pretty good one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do a little collab on that. We'll talk about that.
Hell
on there.
yeah, bro.
Cool.
What?
Keep you in the game. Come on, don't go
Nah,
anywhere.
fuck the legal industry. Yo, I'm so over it, bro.
Talk to me about that.
So over it.
Because that would be sad. If being honestly for real, that would be sad. That sucks.
I've had.
Sorry. I mean, just
bro,
like the fan in me of what I do. Like,
You know, it's funny. I appreciate it, but it's like I
I
almost
smoked
sold
your
it.
Dolce. It's fucking fire. And Dolce's bland all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, shout out 6 Point Farms. That's actually from 6 Point Farms.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't grown by us, that batch.
I
OG
got
people.
a Dolce, dude.
Bro, so do MSOs. I had a bunch of people, or the medical companies, they had a bunch of people message me like, oh, you buying fucking medical weed now, you piece of shit? I'm like, no. They still don't believe me. The people won't believe me. I'm like, all right, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's from a micro, bro. I only support micros.
But that's what I'm saying. You have a brand though. Like you have, like you're doing good shit, and like that's why I wanted you to be on here. Is because like it's actually interesting to talk to you about these things, and I learned some shit.
Hell yeah. No, I mean, so what do you think? If I didn't have a license, you wouldn't want me on as much?
I would be sad
interesting
about
question.
the product and the brand not being easily accessible for people.
Here's the thing.
I'm just lucky.
See,
I'm in behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
I think I almost think it's a ridiculous thing though, because like people look at this license like it's like you have to have a license now, and it's just not true. Like I've watched multiple people in New York right now that grow illegally make branding deals and sell their shit. At the same time, they are at a trap event selling their shit, and then the next day they're at a legal event selling their shit. You don't need a license. Like you need the hustle, you need the grind, you need the integrity, you need to have a good product, and like that's I don't know. Like I think the legal, like we were talking out there, the legal industry is kind of its own little dream part of the industry where, especially in New York, being
Like a
this late to the
fugazi
game,
almost, like you're saying.
yeah, we've seen how this goes. New York isn't going to be any different, unfortunately. But so it's like right now we have the opportunity, like I say, every day to support each other so that we are the ones that are on the top, you know, and not a bunch of fucking out of state corporate mids factories. Like,
And it's like you brought good weed. we had some good weed. The people, I was just with Sean at All Good, right? Like, and like he's opening a fresh produce spot next door to his spot. We filmed in there and talked about it.
So dope.
I'm pumped about that. I can't wait to go.
Them. Yeah.
But that's my point. Is like we can
in that area, Avenue H, Little Haiti, like he's got a great dispensary.
So dope. I've seen it. I've never been there. I want to bad.
But this is my point where like you could just do these types of things, and that's why I like what you do.
And you don't need a license. For what I get fulfillment out of.
I get what you're saying.
That's why representing the shit is where I get fulfillment. Being a good example and trying to like hold everybody accountable to what I've seen and how the OGs have done things, like that's what I get fulfillment out of. Making a bunch of money and selling a ton of weed for my brand isn't something that like it don't get my rocks off. So like it's not like that appealing to me.
Like what keeps you hustling and doing what you do?
Thinking that I'm representing and I'm helping elevating other people. Like every single day I go on the Legacy Growers page, which I fully run and I've paid for that organization myself, and I post people's shit. I post this shit for nothing. Like I want to just represent them as much as I can. I've never made no money doing like any of this stuff I do. I want to go to All Goods and I want to be like, yo, check this dude out. And then he has his story. And if we're both from the culture, real, recognize real, like that translates into something beautiful, you know? And it's like, that's what gives me fulfillment. I could never make no money,
bro. You don't see that.
That's what I like.
Good for you. That's what's up.
But it's because this community means so much to me, bro. Like I was, I got kicked out of my house. I've had a lot of people backstab. I've been ratted out a bunch of times. And there was still always these people in the weed community that guided me with their life and their things. And if it wasn't for them, I'd have been strung out and dope and I would have been dead by now. 100%. Like there's no doubt.
I used to, I owned a CBD store in like 2017, 2018 during that hype of that. And, I was hustling then. That was like the beginning of like, I'm gonna do a CBD store because like that's a nice cover, whatever.
That was the play.
There was no heart in it. I'm just gonna keep it real. But but hear me out here. This is kind of my point where like I did it right, and I'm good at selling weed. So even though I did a CBD store, I wanted to be good at it. So I sourced really good high isolate lotion because I was like, I don't want people to ingest isolate. And I got really good locally grown full spectrum oils and like did this thing, right? And then I got like good vegan gummies or whatever. And like there was a lady.
Did you have to get a license?
No. That was like the hemp thing.
Oh, okay,
that was like when that turned around.
Yep.
So but the things I learned just from trying to trap. And I had this store where like this older lady, her face was all fucked up. I'll never forget this shit. Face is all fucked up. Doesn't know what to do. She's comes
like, thank you, bro.
Kind of
did this to me.
Well, here's the thing, dude. She's all fucked up. She comes in and she's just trying some shit. And again, like I'm a good guy, so like even though I was like hustling, it was like kind of a cover. I had good shit, and I was like, let's try this out. I know weed, so like let's try this. Don't be afraid about high potency because you're in a lot of pain. Like. Just make sure you're at home. Don't be driving a car.
She's a medical patient. Like you were like, you saw that and were like, yo, this could help you in a bigger way.
Dude. She writes letters to me and like it changed her life. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then another fucking time, this family came in desperate with their kid was like manic. Right. And I was like, I don't know what exactly was going on. And that was a wild thing because I was feeling weird because I was like, I'm not a fucking doctor.
Right.
And they're like, this is a like 9-10-year-old girl.
More kids need to be on weed.
But like
take it to the bank.
I sourced.
we were kids on weed.
Yo,
but here's the thing.
Better than Adderall, Klonopin, and Xanax.
These are parents that were desperate.
Right.
And they came in. They're like, let's try. And I gave them high potency gummies. And I was like, this is gonna be wild.
CBD or THC?
CBD.
Oh, okay.
And they came in crying. And that girl could go to school again. And dude, this is my point. I've never I can't believe I learned so much about selling weed from not trying to sell weed. And that's what's cool about what I just heard from you. That's why I was curious.
Yeah, no,
like,
it's
what,
bigger,
like,
bro.
makes you want to do it? And like, see, for me, it's like I feel like I'm just like a sponge, and I feel like I'm just lucky. Maybe like something's pushing me to keep doing what I'm doing with selling weed, and I don't really know. I'm just learning. That's why I like interviewing people with you
too, though. I can see it.
I like it. That's why I like talking with you because I want to know, and like that's why I fuck with Pat. We talk every day because like this is a really cool thing that's happening right now. Going back to what you said about the industry and what we can do, and I think you're a leader in it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hope that
don't leave.
But it's like, you don't need a license. I'm never gonna, bro. This is my identity as a human being, like way before legal or not legal. But that's one of the things, like what you're saying is like one of the things that inspires me to keep on doing it every day is because when I got into the industry, I could see the downward trend of what's happening to the community. Yeah. I could see, like, I knew OG growers and local growers, and I was fortunate to be selling their weed when I was really young, and it set me apart. And I've seen that drift away slowly and slowly with legalization and these big grows. And like, I feel like we can stop that from happening by doing what we're doing right now.
I remember watching it and I was just like, I didn't really think about that when I should be. Yeah. All of us kind of should be. Because we get tied up in weird shit and egos and, you know, trying to like, everyone, this is what I always say, is like, everyone wants to be like the Steve Jobs of weed.
Yeah, I know.
Even me. You know, so it's like, I try to just calm myself down and just be like, dude, we're just selling weed and I just want to relate to people. And I like to find out why people are doing it. Yeah, that's something that I'm curious about in this industry in New York right now, not being from here. Because I don't really know. We look at New York as like
some fancy thing.
No, dude.
Y'all hate New York?
No.
Connecticut people hate New York?
We look at New York as like tough guys and like on their shit, like mafia and like tough, like New York City shit. Yeah. That's what we grew up as, like intimidated.
Bro, geez.
And so like I'm just very curious and like I like being around it because I don't have to I don't have to try to stay solid because I ain't special. Like I told you, like I don't even grow the weed.
Right.
So I'm really curious. I like to see where people are at with their egos and shit, and like.
No, 100%. And I mean, silly. like you said, like tough guys and shit like that. And like I was in prison with like John Gotti's co-defendant, this boy named Gino, who was in there for 29 years because he had somebody murdered and shit like that. And all that stuff has been painted bad and part of like, you know, the drug game as a whole. Mm-hmm. But from me seeing that, weed was a separate thing. It wasn't that violence. I never had a gun. It wasn't about, it's hard to even rob somebody of weed because it's so much and it's not worth that much money. It's not like a kilo of cocaine. Like we were the good example of those things. And I don't know. I still think we have an obligation to still be the good example.
Do you think New York's going to give us that opportunity? Because it seems like they have in a way, right?
Yeah.
But the regime kind of changed, right?
I mean, bro, everybody has left those. Yeah. I'm like, I just got a message from a lady the other day when like a lot of them can't like talk to you directly and shit like that because like their position. She was like, yo, I can come chill now. Cause like I said, fuck the OCM. I'm out of there.
Yeah. We try to find out about our license. They don't know shit.
It started out good, you know, in my opinion. But so processor 3, because I do want to talk. I have people that hit me up all the time, and when I've almost sold the license 1,000,000 times because shit's hard. But the most recent time I did, I talked to a lawyer, and he was like, you know, because my plan was to sell the license and get the processors 3, and I think there's a lot of opportunity. The branding one, and this is what I would do if I had one. I would get a job at a farm, and I would grow my own weed. Then my branding license would buy it from that farm I'm working at and sell my own.
As long as you have good relationships with those people.
Right.
Because they could fuck you.
They could definitely. How would they fuck you?
I mean, they're the ones doing it. Like you technically, I don't think can go sell it and make the money under the branding license. Like I think it's all just, so you know, remember, this is what it is. New York created this license so they can have a stranglehold on the brands coming in.
100%. So
you can't do IP licensing agreements. Do you know what that is?
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. You don't need a license because these people come in. They supposedly, and I might just be not knowing what I'm talking about. Supposedly, that's what the OCM is cracking down on, and they're going to crack down on these people. I know people who were doing it that after that thing that just came out about like the infused and the federal lawsuit,
renting licenses, that whole thing.
I know people who immediately kiboshed that when they were doing it.
The thing is,
I don't know if it's just fear, but
the thing is they can't do anything about it. Like I don't think like me, I have a micro, I can make unlimited brands, so I can brand however and whoever I want. I think the only way it would get stuck up is if you were legal somewhere else and you couldn't brand that same entity legally. But if you're just somebody that's growing and selling in New York, right? No, but I mean, if you don't have to have a license to build a brand and to like create something awesome that then somebody is going to want to, and almost you make them have to put you legal.
I think what you're saying, and tell me if I'm wrong, is that you don't need a license to get your brand out there and sell weed because you can. It's like the license isn't the reason my brand is doing well. It's all the work and all these other things. Like it's not because of the license. Like we had this brand before we got our license.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's the hustle under the license.
Right.
Exactly.
I think that's what you're getting
And your
at.
integrity. No, it definitely is. But I mean, I come from the days when you had to lie about what you did and sneak around selling weed. So like now you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So I just feel like there's still a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, and you could legally grow weed. You could legally have, dude. You could make money.
Home
I was telling you about the
grow?
scrogging.
What?
Like if you do 12 plants, you could do a lot of lights with 12 plants and stretch those bitches out and harvest and make a lot of money.
Dude, tons of money. I've done whole videos of like
Allegedly.
these trap kids, bro. They should be growing weed in the hood. They should be put a fucking 10 by 10 in your house.
They're all
and
buying
sell
it
that
from Cali.
weed. I know. It's fucking,
Yeah, they probably got a couple like bandos in the hood. You know,
It's so funny talking to Pat. It's so funny talking to Pat because you guys
definitely.
were like growing, right? Like that. When I first had Pat on the pod, we talked a lot about that because again, me being curious, it's like, you know,
they're OG growers.
Yeah, that's what I
I'm not
mean.
OG grower. I was scared to grow weed when it was illegal.
but like you guys weren't.
right.
That was sick,
You
dude.
should have been. No, other upstate,
I was like
bro.
interviewing, right?
Yo, one of my boys that I've sold weed forever, he's older than me. In upstate, they used to take, you might have heard of this. They would take barns and they would like run illegal electric. They'd get the electric from the pole, run
Right.
it down and blow up these barns. Like 40 HPS
Go to
lights,
jail
go
for like
crazy.
25 years. Getting
Bro,
caught
the
for
one
that
dude
shit.
did. Yeah, the one dude's in prison still.
That's
like,
fucked up.
That's why I didn't grow weed, because grow weed, that seemed much scarier.
Yeah.
Like,
Back then, I mean, there was a spot in, I think, Tully area when I was younger that the farmer was just growing crop outdoor, and then like police coming in, he got in his tractor and just started mowing the shit down like acre, and they're like running up on him, just crazy shit like that back in the day. I mean, but like, you gotta hide where you gotta hide, you know, guerrilla grow or grow in, you know, like a barn.
did you ever get caught up or no?
No, I mean, like,
growing?
so Troy always was like the grow that I got all my shit from. And
So he was the one did a lot of growing.
Troy
Bro,
was
he
the,
grows fire.
Troy was the grower, and then I would sit there and just delve in with him, or Brian too. Just like dope people in the circle. Travis, you know,
Travis,
shouts
shout out Travis, Jay
Shout out
Howard,
to
Glass.
Travis. Hell yeah.
See, Craig from 6 Point is in the circle of those people too. Like, it's cool that a lot of them got licensed. Like, it's
Yeah.
dope to see you. I love seeing Troy work on the legal side now. 'Cause,
Travis
like,
shouts Troy out
Hell
for
yeah.
that living soil technique. And you know, it's like, it's super dope watching everyone come up and get
hell yeah.
their license in the legal sector. And like, to me, it's always been like, New York has really good growers under, you know, behind the curtain.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't know that because these are the type of people that don't want to be known,
Yep.
you know, for certain reasons. But like, they have fire ass genetics, and, you know, just always came to our show with some dope shit, you know? And at the show that we used to do, there was always someone had a table of beverages, someone had a table of food, you know, there was like food being like sold, like
Art vendors,
Yeah.
fucking bro. We made sure
Fragile,
it was bigger. Yeah.
glass booth.
Fuck
bro.
yeah.
Everyone would, every table would donate like a sample of whatever they were selling at that table at the time to the booth and to Fragile. And they brought like Illidel, Sovereign, like all this dope glass, and you could try it before you bought it from the vendor table. And like, it was such a dope event, and I miss that shit.
I miss it so much.
You know,
bro.
and it's like the OCM and like all these rules where, you know, you can't even do an event like that, or like, well, how the hell do you expect us to like go up against these huge companies that are doing the same thing too, and getting away with it, or it's not known about? Just like we were throwing shows back in the day that weren't known about, even though it was known, like cops are driving by, but what can they
Right.
do, you know?
No, bro, I was not.
Happened.
Yeah.
Like that Oswego fucking video.
Oh, you
that he
remember? Were
posted,
you there
bro?
when they raided
I
us?
wasn't, but like
They straight
that
raided
video
us.
is hilarious,
Bro,
dude.
I would sell out so quick because, like, I don't know, my weed's fire. But no, also because of Instagram. So I had already sold out at that point, and I'm talking to Terp Chaser, talking to my boy, and don't they come up? That's when I started recording. I left with money in my pocket still. Because I was like, bro, I was not selling. Like, I'm standing here. How you going to fucking does this? People were a little mad that I got away without them taking my money, but
I could pack up a table in under a minute and have my.
yeah,
Dude,
bro, I would have
honestly,
ran. There's no way I was going to jail for
I mean, even
that.
Silver Street, bro. Like when that alarm went off, you remember?
When Rocco and Noah did the fucking alarm, yo, we were
Dude,
all out that
I was
bitch.
up and out with my table, all my decor, and my roll box,
Yo,
bro, gone.
and
Like,
for no
out-
reason.
Yeah, out the handicap ramp, side back door.
30 vendors carrying fucking totes of weed out of the fucking what? Yo, that shit was crazy. That's
We
where
would all park across the street, like in the open parking lot in like Dollar General or whatever.
Yup.
And fucking just, run over there. That was
that
cool.
was more like in the hood of Syracuse. The
Shout
rail
out
line.
to the hood of Syracuse.
Hey,
My whole life, minus the 10 years in Miami, but you know.
that's where you're born and raised, Syracuse.
No, Syracuse.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Syracuse is good shit.
Yeah.
Good people too. No, those events were like, that's a big reason why I've gotten to where I am today. I think like when we started that and it was being farmers only, we influenced New York City. Like New York City started doing those events that were similar to that without the trap, because the trap culture was like the big hype thing, kind of always has been. But the farmers never were really appreciated the same way.
Right.
That's what I was getting at. I was like,
Yeah.
it's like there's some, and like everyone talks about like the sour diesel, the Albany, and all that stuff, but there's more than that. Like you guys were just getting down though. They were like New York was getting down.
Bro, crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy. People were making money.
yeah.
Like, yo, were you at the Alien Opera House or no? Were you at those events?
I went there, but never did a booth at all.
Every
I
week
heard
I
about it.
was killing it.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Started a lot of our shit. You know what I mean? Like for me, I was like that. Those $10,000 weekends was like that would save my life.
You know the feds got involved in that shit. That shit was almost a RICO problem. That's why we had to shut it down.
I wonder what the fuck's happening like now. Like I always used to, like ignorantly, I'd be like, oh man, I wonder if they're like doing it like we did back in the day. It's like they're doing it times a million right now. They're doing it times a million in like the black market right now because of what you're saying. Like you could like you have to have like 1,000 pounds to like go do real time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
I mean,
even
I
then,
think-
it's like it's still just weed. Like
or a lot of money. Like I think
Yeah.
like we started making
that's
so
feds.
much money.
That's
yeah,
FBI shit. Yeah.
yeah. And they just want taxes. Like I know multiple sticker shops, like illegal dispensaries, that have restraining orders against the cities they're in because they paid taxes. And like during the time they were getting hit, there weren't laws saying they couldn't do the shit.
Yeah.
So like, you know, and it's pretty dope. People just need to be a little smarter with
Yeah.
shit. Like you got to understand the laws. Like that's how you get around them
Yeah.
and then not be scared.
I gotta tell you, Dank, thank you for coming on the show.
Fuck yeah,
and
bro.
dude, I would love to have you on more.
Yeah, we should do more.
Are you
I would
gonna be
be
doing
totally
something?
down.
You
I'm
do
gonna
something
start my own
yourself?
podcast. Like, there's that whole, like, it's kind of funny. Like, and we should talk about it actually because you guys
Yeah.
did a drop with Piff Coast, Snitch Coast.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then during that whole situation, you know, I blocked him and kind of like went at him a little bit. And he ended up throwing me under the bus saying, oh, you have dirty paperwork. You snitch this kid out, blah, 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 blah. When my situation was never tied to a person like the way I did it, no one could get in trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm currently working on a podcast right now with the kid that they said I snitched out. Because
that's gonna be pretty
he's
sick.
still one of my closest, like he's one of my oldest friends. Like, you know, we were junkie buddies together for a long time. And yeah, we're going to do like OG Junkies or something.
Okay.
But what do you guys feel about the Pifco situation?
I mean, we don't put it out anymore.
Yeah.
You know, we stopped running it. We did the joint venture with, you know, Growing Renaissance, our cultivation and his genetics.
The genetics were fire.
Yeah, the genetics
gonna
are
lie.
fire, you know.
But so what about...
We also don't like piffs.
Yeah, no, I personally don't. Like the mango haze and that type of shit is the only stuff I like. But so we're like been in this a long time. So what do you think about the snitching thing in a larger way? Like within Pifco's situation with himself, even with like whatever blah blah, people do things in the past. If he had handled the situation differently, if he had held down the Brian dude that he put in prison, if he had been apologetic and honest from the beginning, I think everyone would have been fine. I think it would have been like, yeah, you did something fucked up when you were young, but you know, everybody has made mistakes. And that's probably not a popular opinion, but I think that would have been okay with him. And I've talked to OGs and they kind of were the same way. But he didn't do that. Like, he never helped the dude out. He told everybody he never had a situation. Like, so is there a time in history where, say, somebody snitched somebody out and genuinely got them in trouble, like sent them to prison instead of them going, do you think there can be forgiveness or something for somebody with that?
Here's the thing. I think the answer is yes, you should always be able to forgive in general, right? But there's right and there's wrong, right? When it comes to like morals and
integrity.
Yes. And this is what I've been saying about this, because I get frustrated with a lot of bullshit in this industry because I'm not perfect, like I keep saying. And like I work on stuff, like all of us have flaws, but like where we come from, like someone, and I'm not going to call out people specifically, but everyone knows what we're talking about, but it's like sometimes people, when you meet them in the field, they're weird.
Yeah.
And
that's what everybody said.
I'm sorry.
They're like, it makes sense
real
now.
recognizes real, and like you're either right or you're wrong. People make mistakes. And like, but where are your morals at? What are you doing? Are you a good person? Like, and I've been in these situations. We've been in these situations and we don't fuck people over.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I don't know, man. That's See, and I'm not perfect. Like,
my big thing is like, so you've had an investigation.
Yeah,
so
dude,
you
I've
have
been
faced pressure.
I've been in the rooms.
Right. But so like, say Instagram and all this shit. I've been in 3 different drug investigations. I've been snitched out 3 different times. Only one time I went to prison over it. But these Instagram posts, like when this thing happened, so all these people commenting, oh, no rap, blah, blah, all this stuff. And it's like, I think I agree with that opinion. But if you've never fucking sat in the hot seat,
you
take
don't
them
know.
words
Yeah,
out your mouth.
Because
you're probably going to do the same damn thing. Like 9 times out of 10, there are rats more than they're not. And that's just a fact.
Also, how many of those people commenting on everything have ever, bought in anything rec or bought in much of anything non-rec?
Anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of the chatter on Insta is just fucking chatter. Like we ran Pip shit and, obviously didn't know about anything.
Well, he lied about it. He straight up, dude, in my messages from him, he has a message that says he reached out to me. He was like, I just want to tell you I'm not a rat. I got my paperwork. I got to show white boy Cav, da-da-da-da. And then he messaged me after and was like, sorry, bro, that this came out. I really did do it. And it's like, bro, you're a piece of shit then. You're a scumbag. Like, you lied and manipulated everyone. You would do it again. You don't feel bad. You never helped the dude out. Like, I don't know.
I'm glad you're coming out with a podcast about it too.
With me and my boy. Like, that he's tried to say that I ratted out. It's gonna be dope. I messaged him. I'm like, bro, these dudes are saying that I ratted you out, blah, blah. And he's like laughing, thinking it's a joke. And I'm like, bro, it's not actually funny though, because it's making me look bad on Instagram. Like, so you gotta take it a little seriouser. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, can you help me out?
Yeah, I need you to say. He's like, I'll do whatever. I don't care.
But here's the thing, man. Like, this is the first time we really have to meet and hang out. Like, I think you're a good person. Right? So
likewise,
it's like,
bro.
But this is my point of like where, I don't know, bro, like, this is gonna sound silly. And I'm a big movie guy, right? You ever seen the movie Cloud Atlas? You know that movie?
No, I haven't.
So it's a trippy movie. You should see it.
Yeah.
It's the idea. It's like super far out. You ever seen it? No. It's super far out and trippy. There's mad good actors in it. And the whole idea is like through generations, there's like a feeling, right? And like you just know with people if right or wrong and like if they're weird. That's what I was talking about. Like sometimes you meet people and you just fucking know.
Energy, bro.
And I sometimes think it's because of trauma. That's why I think I have a weird upbringing and shit, bro. You know what I mean? I grew up in Connecticut, but I wasn't far. Like I was around all the rich kids in a family that was poor. So
that's the worst.
So I think that's kind of why I like what I do with like the brand and trying to reach to these types of people. I like to say normal, hardworking people, blue collar and stuff, but like that also gets weird. But I think that sometimes it's trauma. It's like we all relate because we just been through it. And like you said, those times that we've hustled and took chances and risks, these people don't really know. No. And some people were like, I say more with some of these fuckers that are being accused and you're either right or wrong. There is forgiveness. But sometimes
for people that have changed, there has to be. You
right.
know what I mean? Like, if not, we're just sabotaging our own community, and taking it out.
But there's evil out there.
Bro, but the other thing is, though, too, is like people don't understand until you've gotten to prison. Like, once you're in prison, you realize that, like, almost everyone that's in there is in there because someone snitched them out.
Yeah.
That's close to them, or they are snitches themselves, you know, and like that's the reality. There was one guy who was going around and like pretending to be a law, like help people get out of their cases, going and getting all their shit and then ratting them out to get time off of shit and going to the next prison and doing the same thing. Like there's just
Cops
bad
don't know
people.
shit. It's always people snitching.
Right. But there's
Like-
bad, like you said, there's evil people.
Yeah.
And it's not one action that does. And I think Piff could have been, you know, retributed from the thing if he had helped the guy out.
He was also weird.
know.
Just saying, like,
In
they
general.
rubbed me the wrong way. And like, I always actually tried to be cool with him. My homie is Lobster Fan Farms, who won his contest 2 years in a row with like the
I
Piff
liked
and
that
stuff.
fucking contest too, which sucks because now I
a
feel
good
like I can't
community
go
thing.
to it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. He's definitely making money. Like he was, I think
Right.
his intentions were money more than it was.
That's what I like about you, bro. Like
community.
you know, you really don't care about that.
I think I'm retarded. Bro, I swear to God, like, bro, when I did so much acid when I was like 17, and I like never
Shout
developed.
out to acid at 7.
My battery's low, and I was just like, please, sir, you got it. Dude, we talked about like such cool shit, but like that was like the dopest. You're like, I don't know, man. Like,
I don't know what to say. Like,
I gotta tell you though, man. Dude, like, and honestly, dude, just as a consumer, I bought your weed.
fuck yeah.
You know,
bro.
so like,
thank you.
just
Hell
do-
yeah.
I don't think you should leave, and I get what you're saying. That you put good shit out there, and I know your point with that. But like us as being in the game and stuff, like, dude, I want to collab with you. I want to do
Fuck
these
yeah.
things. I want to go to your
Fuck
events. I
yeah.
want you to collab with my events and do all these different things because you come from a good place. And I think there's a lot of customers out there that like don't even really know. And like we have the opportunity, like you said, from
That's
the ground
what I'm.
floor
Yes.
to tell stories. And that's kind of what we're doing. And I like what you do. Like there's not too many people like us doing this type of shit.
No, we need more people. I was just talking my
Yeah.
story today. Like more podcasts, more people
Yeah.
representing this shit.
And we're
in
just
a
having fun.
positive way.
This wasn't hard.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, what? This is dope, dude. Thank you for having me on. Bro.
Yeah, dude.
Always good seeing you, brother. Thank
It
you,
was
bro.
great having you, man.
Hell yeah, likewise.
Absolutely, brother.
100%.
You like my little production, dude?
Yeah, bro, it's just legit.
Got it.
Production guys. Shout out
Yeah,
to
all my whole entire team.
all the guys in the back.
Yeah, thank you.
Chino, Jose, Hoseby.
Bro, it's all you need.
Yeah, I know.
That was fun.